The rest rudi ukae chini. Wewe kwani unataka pasi? Unataka pasi? Enda mkae chini. Enda mkae chini. Nimesema mpaka hapa. Tokeni mpaka hapa.
Chini utapata darasani
Good afternoon. I'm glad to see how excited you all are as this is our second sanitary pads drive, and we are honored to be here to give a gift to you all, young queens, because you do know that you are a queen, and young men, you are kings. And the reason why I am here in Africa is to teach you about your greatness, to help you to rise to your greatness as an African queen, as an African king, that you one day may realize the greatness that God has put in each and every last one of you. And God created you for a purpose. And the reason why God created you is so that you can use your gifts to make the world a better place. Amen? That's our entire existence. That is my entire mission. That is my entire purpose. What can I do to make the world a better place? So we do the organic sanitary pads. We're the only ministry in all of Africa where we pass out organic sanitary pads to our girls. And I'm honored that I'm able to say that we're able to do that. It's not easy. These organic pads that you all are receiving, they are expensive. And young men, the reason why you have to understand every time we go to the school and the young boys say, well, what about us? Well, we have to understand that there are some things that are unique to our women. We have to understand that. And the menstrual cycle is something that God gave specifically to our women, and it's very important. And if we're not caring, if our young ladies aren't caring for themselves properly during their menstrual cycles, as Dr. Nancy stated, it can cause a host of health issues. So that's why we do the organic one. Could I give the cheap ones? And then we could go and pass out thousands of them because the cost is lower. Yes, we can do that, but that would not be what is pleasing to the Lord. I have a responsibility as a minister of wellness to make sure that it is not about money, it's about giving you what is best for your health. And that is why we do the expensive, high-quality, organic sanitary pads. And I'm thankful to those who tune in to my ministry, the Minister of Wellness Ministries, our African-American brothers and sisters who help to support these initiatives. When we scheduled this afternoon with you all, young kings and queens, your deputy principal asked me to speak on some issues that she is concerned about with you all. And she's concerned because she loves you. And I love you. That's why I'm here. And we did bring balls for the boys, by the way. So we did bring footballs for the boys. So we were able to give you all a gift. Young people, if you want to grow up and you want to be successful in life, if you want want to leave the slums of Aintley River, if you want to join me in helping Africa to rise again, then there are keys that you have to understand. And you must apply these keys now. You have to start now with taking this part of your life seriously, because time goes by fast. And every decision you make, that decision is either going to help you to be somebody, to be a winner in life. A winner where you're helping your people. You're giving back to the community. You're helping to feed the hungry. You're helping to give clothes to those who don't have any clothes. If you want to be that type of person where you leave a positive impact in the world, then I need you to pay attention to the keys that I'm going to give you. First of all, is self-belief. You must believe in yourself. And if you believe in yourself, then the issues that some of you all are struggling with, you won't have those issues. If you believe in yourself, young queens, if you understand the importance of the African woman as the first woman of all of God's creation, if you understand your responsibility in helping the future generations, then you would never, ever believe that your only purpose on this earth is have sexual immorality. If you understood your greatness, you would not sell yourself cheaply. You would not devalue yourself. You would understand that I am an African queen and I am beautiful and God has created me for a mighty purpose. I have a role, so I must keep myself until God sends me a righteous man in my life so that we can have a family. And I don't want to have children before I'm ready. I don't want to have sex outside of marriage because I want to have a successful family and raise them in the love of the Lord. So sexual purity is very important, but you won't be able to do that if you don't love yourself and if you don't believe that God loves you. And that's important for young men too. The same thing. It's important for you. I will not use drugs because I won't put nothing in my temple that will destroy myself. I know the greatness that God has put in me. I know the intelligence I have. I might have a hard and difficult time at home right now. I might be struggling. I might not be doing good in school, but I know that God created me to prosper, that God created me to be a great leader for my people. So I will not violate my temple. The condition of the black man is the same wherever you go in the world. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And the reason why I am the only black American man that you will ever hear come and speak to you is because I made a decision to be different. I made a decision. I'm not going to smoke marijuana. I'm not going to do crack cocaine and heroin. I'm not going to become a drunkard and drink alcohol. I'm going to commit myself to studying. I'm going to commit myself to self-development because I want to be more in life than just living on the streets, drinking alcohol all day. Where do you want to be in 15 to 20 years, young people? Where do you want to be? In 10 to 15 years. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a police officer, whatever it is that you want to be, it is important that you write those goals down. And you ask the Lord every single day, Lord, give me the discipline to study hard in school. Lord, give me the discipline not to use drugs, not to abuse alcohol. Give me sexual discipline, Lord.
Our $4,000 love offering for New Rules Children's Home is due on the 20th. This ministry supports 100 orphans and staff every single month. Unfortunately, due to selfishness and leeching, we hardly ever raise the $4,000 needed to support our children. This causes our home to greatly suffer from a lack of essential needs. The full $4,000 every single month is required to purchase their fruits and vegetables, essential supplements, school supplies, clothing, medical expenses, hygiene needs, and more. I will also be providing video evidence of a second New Rule Children's Home we have started as an emergency necessity in an even more impoverished area. Our second home has 63 children, therefore having the entire $4,000 amount every 20th of every month has become even more critical. If you are tuning in to this ministry, to the Health Reformation Church of Jesus Christ the Nazarene, the Lord does not want to hear any excuses on why you can't even give $100 per month to help us care for our orphans. The Lord's universal law is simple. If you ignore the cries of the poor children, He will ignore your cries for help as well. Cash App $ Minister of Wellness. Cash App $ Minister of Wellness. We must gather the $4,000 immediately before the 20th. All the ways to give are right there on the screen. Fight against your selfishness and rise to the occasion and help me take care of these babies. The ministerofwellness.com/give for credit or debit card. The ministerofwellness.com/give for debit or credit card. Zelle is right there on the screen. Minister Nathaniel at the ministerofwellness.com. Make sure you spell it correctly. I also have Google Pay and paypal.me/Minister of Wellness. PayPal.me/Minister of Wellness. I have everything you need for your essential supplement needs at the ministerofwellness.com, the ministerofwellness.com. My online store is so important, because not only does it give you what you need for your health, and my supplements are high quality, my supplements are potent, because I'm very careful with putting my name on a supplement. So I vouch for the Minister of Wellness name brand supplements. However, here's something important to consider. My supplements are not only more expensive than others because of the quality and the potency, which is important. But brothers and sisters, I am proud to be able to state to you that 90% of all profits that come through you purchasing the Minister of Wellness books, vitamins, minerals, sea moss, goes into our missionary initiatives. So when you choose to support the online store at the retail cost without waiting for a sale, you're not only helping yourself, but you are still helping the poor. That's the beauty. That's the spiritual blessing of supporting the ministerofwellness.com online store. The ministerofwellness.com, the ministerofwellness.com. Help yourself and help the poor by making a decision to purchase the Minister of Wellness products at the full retail cost,
so that I can fulfill the goals that you have put in my heart. My goal is to help Africa to rise again. My goal is to end world hunger. My goal is that there's not a single child sleeping on the streets. My goal is that everyone has clothes. My goal is that there's no more cancer and heart disease. My goal is that you understand, as an African king and queen, that you are the greatest and most beautiful and handsome of all of God's creation. My goal is to empower you, to give hope to the hopeless, to give strength to those without strength. My goal is to be an example of a man who understands the purpose of wealth. And I understand that the purpose of money is to give money to those in need. That is the purpose. That's why we do this. I could raise $5,000 US and tell them we're going to pass out organic sanitary pads, and then I keep the money for myself. But instead, I made a decision. Even though it's more expensive, even though it costs more, I know that the Lord wants me to give our girls the best for their health. I will not sell my soul to the devil for money. So you must have self-belief. You must practice patience. It is not easy to get to the mountaintop. And this is the downfall of sexual immorality. Especially, well, not especially, but it's an issue that can really affect our young women. Because sexual immorality for a woman, and I know it might not be fair. Well, why can a boy, he can go around and he can be having sex with us, but I have to go, the girls get stuck with the children. And then it really negatively impacts your life. And one of the temptations of Satan upon our women is to prostitute yourself so you can get quick money. One of the temptations of Satan for you young men and the young women is to steal money, is to lie and cheat to get money. But all that will do is bring the curse of the Lord on your life. So you must understand that to achieve anything great in life will take patience. It's not easy. I am here because of years of hard work that I have put in. And I still have a long way to go. So have patience. And when you climb up a mountain, you might slip, you might fall, you get back up. Whatever you're struggling with in school, use it as an opportunity to study harder. Whether it's reading, whether it's writing, whether it's mathematics, your teachers are here to help you. You write the goal down, you write the vision, and you pray to the Lord every single day, and He will see you through. And then you can be a testimony. One day you'll be like me. You'll be speaking to young people, and you'll be able to encourage them on how you overcame. The third thing, two more, is persistent action. It takes persistent action, doing the same thing over and over every single day. That's what I've committed myself to. I say, Lord, I want to be the greatest giver. I don't want to be a preacher that takes money, but I do nothing for the people. I want to be a preacher that gives back. I want to be a preacher that builds homeless shelters. I want to be a preacher that if I'm collecting offerings, I'm using the money to do food drives. And so the Lord will test you. And He gives me those tests. And as you pass the test, then the Lord will bless you more and more and more. So the best thing you can do at your age is to volunteer. Volunteer when you're out of school. Who can you help? You can help somebody. It don't matter if you don't have money. You might not be able to buy organic pads, but there's somebody you can help. And if you start now when you have nothing, if you commit yourself to helping, how can I serve? How can I help? And you watch how the Lord blesses you in 10 years.
This is one of the classrooms. You see the children. They hadn't even been going to school. So they hadn't even been going to school, so we had to start a school for them. And we have these teachers here, most of them on a volunteer basis. And we use some of the offering funds to help support them as well. So this is one of the classrooms. Second classroom, she got learning.
3, 4, 5.
These are children fresh off the street. They're fresh off the street, so they can't even speak. And this is the other.
Yeah, sit it down.
Yep. This is the third classroom. And there was abundance of children who were living on the street, and so we had no choice but to wreck this. And the reason why it's in this condition is because we have such limited funds. Family, we are the only hope. So I hope you all understand that, like, they have no one else but us. We are the sponsors of New Rules Children Home. We're the main ones. We're the ones that keep the ship rolling. So without us and without our support, they suffer tremendously. And then when they suffer, I suffer, because I'm the one that took this responsibility. And so we need $1,000 Seed of Life sponsors, family. I would love to have 7 people dedicated to giving $1,000 every month just for the support of our orphanage. I need more brother and sister, man. We can't just have 1 or 2 people supporting this family. We can't. We all have to work together. So I pray that you rise to the occasion and become $1,000 Seed of Life sponsor just for our children's home. As you see, please don't get comfortable, brothers and sisters. Don't get comfortable. A lot of you all, you rushed and purchased the immune support emergency stash when that Chinese virus was starting to spread. Now you're not hearing about it. Don't get comfortable. Make sure you have your 7 bottles of my most powerful herbal extract for your immune system, the immune support emergency stash. You get 7 bottles of my powerful immune support herbal extract, which is a mixture of powerful herbs for the immune system. You get all 7 for 50% off, no promo code needed. TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com. Remember, most of the profits from the online store also goes right into feeding the missionary work. When you give to the poor, that also helps boost your immune system. The Black Health Disparities Package is designed to attack those comorbidities that makes viruses more deadly. That's what it's designed for. So if you need an extra boost along with your fruit fasting, in getting rid of these comorbidities, these diseases that is putting you at high risk of death when the next pandemic comes, the Black Health Disparities Package is for you. The fat loss, the reduced inflammation, the blood sugar balance, lower blood pressure and cholesterol, and the immune support herbal extract. You get these top 5 together to attack all diseases at one time. You get them together in a package for 50% off, no promo code needed. TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com, TheMinisterofWellness.com. Always remember that most of the proceeds from my online store, while you're helping your health, you're also helping your health in knowing that most of those proceeds are going into serving the poor.
And lastly, if you want to become unstoppable, and if you want to achieve your destiny, because I don't want you to be a loser. That's why I'm here. I don't want you to be a loser. I don't want you to be a drunkard. I don't want you to be an alcoholic. I don't want you living on the streets. I don't want you begging for money. I don't want you to end up in jail. I don't want you to have a drug addiction. I want you to fulfill your greatness. I want you to rise again. I want you to make sure that no weapon of Satan will prosper against Kenya. And so you must have a relationship with God. That is the foundation. When you have a relationship with the Lord, then you won't commit sexual immorality. When you have a relationship with the Lord, you won't abuse drugs or become an alcoholic. When you have a relationship with the Lord, you won't lie and steal. When you have a relationship with the Lord, You won't allow yourself to be distracted on these phones. When you have a relationship with the Lord, you will stay the course. And you will avoid the temptations of the enemy. I could be in America making a lot of money speaking. I've had many people tell me, Minister of Wellness, you're the greatest preacher that I've ever heard. You have a strong voice, and I can help you make a lot of money. But then I would ask them, well, what do I have to do to make all this money? And they would tell me, stop talking about homosexuality. You cannot speak against homosexuality. You cannot speak against abortion. And I would tell them, I can't do it. I must do what the Lord has required me to do. And the job of a preacher is to preach the commandments of the Lord. So I gave it up and I rejected it. And I moved here to Africa. And yeah, I'm here for free. That's okay. Yes, I lose money every single day. That's okay. Life is not about money. Life is about doing the righteousness of God, helping you each and every day. And my reward will be when the Lord says, well done, good and faithful servant. That's my reward. The Most-High God, what money can you give me that can buy the sky? Look at the clouds. Look at the trees. Who owns all of this? There's no money in the world that can buy the planet. So having the Lord's favor on my life, that's the most important thing to me. Well done, good and faithful servant. And that should be the most important thing for you. Because when you die, you can take nothing with you. Yeah, they can bury me in this suit, but you can't take, I can't take the suit with me. God don't care about a suit. God don't care about a watch or glasses. He don't care if you have 10 trillion Kenyan shillings. He want to know, who did you help? How many lives did you impact, Minister of Wellness, with your money that I gave you? Did you build homes for orphans? How many did you visit in prison? Whose life is better because of you? That's what God cares about. So my wealth, my money comes from the fact that I know by me coming here and sweating and preaching to you, I know that somebody's life is going to be better. I know that this speech is breaking a generational curse. I know that this speech is going to help somebody to deal with their family situation, to put the alcohol bottle down. I know that this message is going to help somebody to say, no, I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to do drugs. I'm going to study hard because I want to help Africa to rise again like the Minister of Wellness. And that's how you pay me back. That's how you pay me back. That's how I get paid. I get paid from you. Your life is how I get paid. Because let me tell you something. When you help somebody to live a better life, you never have to worry about money. So I don't worry about that. I never ever worry about bills. All I worry about, I have to help her. I have to help him. I have to help him. I have to help them. And then God will take care of you. Amen. So young people, again, we're thankful and honored. I hope, young ladies, that you all understand the importance of the organic pads. And I wish that I look forward to the day when the Lord blesses me to have as much money as some of these people that are sold to the devil, because you all are going to feel the difference in the organic pads to where you won't want to go back. And maybe one day we'll be able to provide a permanent solution, but we thank you. We're glad to provide you with the gift. I look forward to passing them out to you all. And boys, young men, yes, we brought you all the footballs, but please, young men, you have to understand that we have a responsibility to take care of our women. So may God bless each and every last one of you.
Amen.
To live a long life in excellent health. Amen. May the Lord be with you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord cover all of you with his wings of protection. And may the Lord keep the devices of Satan away from each and every last one of you. May you rise to your greatness. May Africa rise to her greatness. Rise, Africa, rise. Rise, Africa, rise. Rise. Africa, rise.
One of the most critical elements of earning our salvation is through doing good works for those in need, caring for the orphans, caring for the children, caring for those in need. And we live according to that creed. This is the results of the funds that I constantly ask for. Of course, most people that watch the videos are selfish leeches and don't do anything to give towards our missionary initiatives. I do these videos so that those of you who are true supporters, you can see what we do with your funds. And we served over 6,000 children. And these food drives cost $10,000. I am in a $3,000 deficit because of this food drive. If you have the $3,000 or whatever you're able to give to help cover that deficit, because now I'm on to the sanitary pad drive. But this is the results of you all's giving. This is the result, brothers and sisters. You should have a warm feeling on the inside of you, knowing that these children living on the street, these are orphans, these are malnourished pregnant mothers. This is extreme third world poverty here in Kenya, East Africa. This is the healthiest meal that they get. We are working on long-term solutions. We have purchased, because of our GoFundMe page, 30 acres where we plan to build a children's home to help save these children from living on the street. And of course, also, we're going to look into farming and other long-term sustainable issues. But food drives are important. Food drives are important. They have food drives in America. A lot of times they feed them soda and junk food. We don't do that here. This is organic fruits and vegetables. We support local Black farmers here in the motherland. So we're also supporting them and their families. But food drives, having food drives to provide immediate nourishment is important. And a matter of fact, I wasn't going to dare show this footage, but there was a young man there who was so hungry because he hadn't eaten in days that he was trying to carry one of the large pots of potatoes, and he actually fainted. That's something, of course, I wasn't going to show. But yeah, that was a very concerning event that happened at our food drive. But here you all can see floods and floods, thousands and thousands. We officially did 7,000 for our second food drive of 2026. All the ways to give are scrolling there at the bottom of the screen. And then I'll bring up please send a Cash App offering, $ Minister of Wellness, $ Minister of Wellness, to help me cover the deficit out. It'll take me the whole month to do so, unless the Lord puts it on your heart to be a blessing. If you answer the call, the cries of the poor, that's how you know you get your prayers answered. And when I talk about earning salvation, I'm talking about the words of Jesus Christ. I'm not talking about church theology, and I'm not talking about Paul and all of his nonsense about blood sacrifice. Read the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 16 through 26, when the man asked Jesus, what must we do to inherit the kingdom of God? And one of the things he told him that he didn't want to do was to give your all to those in need, give your all to the poor. We can't afford these food drives. I'm in a hole all year. I'm stressed out the entire year because of these, but we have started a good work and we can't stop. We can't stop. Yeah, we can't stop. And I love doing it, no matter how stressful it is to get other people that are as selfless as I am and love to give as much as me. And those of you, shout out, we're
We had $3,000 Seed of Life sponsors. We had Sister Velma Little, Brother Danny Anderson, an anonymous donor, and then we had a brother that anonymous that gave 500. So we did have a few major Seed of Life. Everyone else, thank you. If you're watching this, we're in a $3,000 deficit because of the food drive. We have hardly any funds except for a few hundred for our organic sanitary pad drive. So the struggle is real. The struggle continues, brothers and sisters, but I'm going to keep on serving because this gives me life. Oh, I love this. I love being here serving these children and seeing the smile on their face. You all don't know the type of peace and joy. It's addicting. And that's why, even though I can't afford to be feeding 7,000 people every single month, I'm always in the hole. I'm always in debt, but I keep doing it anyway. And I'm going to keep on doing it because it brings the joy and the peace of the Lord upon my life. Happiness is fleeting, but when you serve the poor, when you step up and fulfill the true salvation message of Jesus the Nazarene, I'm telling you, the joy of the Lord, when you watch a child that's been eating rocks for 2-3 weeks, and we're feeding them a buffet style of fruits and vegetables, and we're the only ministry where our food drives are 100% nutritious, 100% plant-based, no sodas, no animal junk food or anything. Please use one of the many ways on the screen to help get out of the $3,000 deficit, whatever you're able to give to help me get out of the debt, to get out of the hole from our second missionary initiative so we can clear the way for our next one in March. Cash App, $ Minister of Wellness, $ Minister of Wellness, credit or debit card, the ministerofwellness.com/give, Zelle, Google Pay, PayPal.me. We do this the first Saturday of every month. The first Saturday of every month, family. The budget is $10,000 every single month. This is what we do. It's not going to change, and we're going to do it even if it takes every penny that I have. That was our food drive. Thank you for all of you all who supported. If you didn't, please give. $3,000 deficit. Please do what you can to help me out. And now we're on to the next missionary initiative. God bless you all.